Hello and welcome to our Japan vlog. Last November 2018, my husband and I went to Japan for the very first time. Our first stop on our 2-week stay in Japan was Tokyo. If you love seafood like I do, then this place is just for you. While in Japan, to get around, we mostly use the train system. It's pretty insane over here. So many people. Tokyo Tower. After a few days in Tokyo, we headed to the bullet train and went off to Hakone. And I just want to mention the bathrooms of all places in Japan were amazing. Look at this train bathroom. It was so clean, big, efficient. Everything was automatic. I wish we had this here too. Hakone was such a change of pace compared to Tokyo. Just look at all the greenery and nature we were surrounded by. This was the ryokan we stayed at, which is a traditional Japanese inn. This was the eating area, which later turned into the sleeping area. The seating area and sink led to this balcony that had the most beautiful views of the trees and nature. And every morning I sat here, drank my coffee, and listened to the birds chirp. Our ryokan even included an onsen, which is a natural hot spring. The grounds at our ryokan also included a small bamboo forest. We did really enjoy wearing the kimonos while we had traditional meals served to us in our ryokan. After a night at Hakone, we left and went to Kyoto. Our first stop there was the ARASHIYAMA Bamboo Grove. I highly recommend you visit this bamboo grove. It was just so magical and picturesque. The second day in Kyoto, we visited FUSHIMI INARI Shrine. This place was so beautiful, filled with so much serenity and beautiful surroundings. But little did we know that this was actually a 2 to 3 hour hike. So if you are going to visit, just be prepared and come with comfortable shoes. In my opinion, it was so worth it. Just listen to the sounds of nature. Along the 2 to 3 hour hike, there will be some areas for worship and meditation, offerings, and there are also some small restaurants where you can get some food. Now back to the hustle and bustle of city life. We are now in Osaka. Osaka was similar to Tokyo in the density of people and restaurants. were so spoiled by all the delicious seafood here that when we came back to the US, we were not able to eat any Japanese food for at least 6 months. Of all the foods, my favorite was anything on a stick grilled over fire, just like you see here. We were now leaving Osaka and headed to Atami on the bullet train. Once on the bullet train, make sure to sit on the left so that you can see Mount Fuji. Unfortunately, on this day, it was a little bit too gloomy and you couldn't see it, but if you look very hard, it's right there, right behind the clouds. If you know me, you know I love the ocean, so this particular accommodation that we stayed at was just amazing. Just like our place in Hakone, this hotel had its own private onsen. In the 2 nights that we stayed at this hotel, we tried to use the onsen as much as possible, so you will see a few clips of this. Our stay in this hotel included traditional style breakfast and dinner. So this is dinner being served to us. I think it was a 7-course dinner and the food was just amazing. The presentation was beautiful. Can you tell we love to eat? Anyone else travel to different countries just for the food? I know we do. Atami was a great way to end our trip to Japan. After leaving, we headed back to Tokyo for 1 night and then went to the airport to return back to California. If any of you watching are contemplating visiting Japan, just do it. Hopefully I gave you some ideas and some inspiration for your next visit. Thank you for watching.